language of the soul. And whoever you are, wherever you come from, you can connect through music. And another thing that we connect with is the city. We all came here from somewhere, whether it's from overseas, from another city, as you said, you're from Sydney. So your city for us, I suppose, as the co-founders, it's like, there's an energy about a city.
My mom knew it ever since I was a kid, like music was my thing. Like I would recite songs like to a T. And she's like, this one. She loves guitars and all this. But she never encouraged it. For them, they were all academics. So it didn't make sense. Your decisions are based on your experiences.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing you can go by.
As an African Australian, when I was young, I was very lonely. There was not many Africans around yet, especially where I lived. Music became like, sports was great because I could watch Carlos running, and I think I'm more like him than that dude talking back to me. I'd watch Michael Jordan, I'd be like, I'm more like him than that other dude talking. I would hear like musical youth singing, on the left side. And I'd be like, I'm more like them. And I just was a bit that way. I didn't feel like I was them or had the right to be, but I felt like I had something. So I'd see Queen Latifah on an album cover, cool, beautiful, young, and I'd be like, okay, that's my cousin. I'd see LL like,
that's family right there.
That's like my other older brother.
I honestly could tell you straight up that music has changed my life. When I was a teenager, I used to listen to a lot of hardcore hip hop, right? And what that did for me was it made me go like, yeah, I'm a gangster. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, mind you, I was like from Sydney, this like Ethiopian boy, grew up as a shepherd, looking after goats and cows and stuff like that. So it's like, you can imagine just like this kid, like, acting like
But what changed for me was when I went to Ethiopia, I started listening to like cultural music and Ethiopian music, and what had happened was I started to develop this new character who was a lot more rooted in his culture and his Ethiopian roots and stuff like that. But now, listening to hip hop music again, it's a completely different experience. I think it's the same with a lot of the music now, as a lot of youth hearing music, and I think they're missing the point. Like I've seen kids out here living the life they're hearing on records, but the artists aren't even living themselves. And these kids are then suffering from it.
Amen. Yes.
And for me, hip hop was the true culture of hip hop. So hip hop brought me up instead of taking me to dark places.
When the culture of hip hop started, it wasn't really about getting rich.
Yeah.
Hip hop was always an instrument for something. And that's how I associate it with, or my association is anyway with hip hop. It's like, there's like-minded people out there.
For me, growing up in South Africa, I feel lucky because I was able to grow up listening to Brenda Fassie, for example. For me, to be able to listen to such people showed me that I mean something. These are the people, she could be a lady from next door. Like I could see myself, and that was really important for us growing up. Like, we all knew those songs, and you could be like, oh yeah, I could see that story that she's telling in the music. And I guess for us creating this space, it's more like, we've all come from all these different places, but again, in this city, there's a vibe. In this city, there are so many great musicians. There are so many great creatives that, our hope is to look from within to kind of start celebrating those stories.